Hello everyone, welcome back to the Alexis Tipton Show, the only show you should be watching. It is the new year 2024 and we are walking into it becoming a mom. Pregnancy, being a mom was not part of my plan in life in general. I mean, as a kid it was, but as I became an adult, I was like, this world doesn't deserve an angel like my child, so no. But God had other plans, and I'm in a state of gratefulness and contentness. And I haven't been able to tell all of my family, so I'm excited to do that. I am 9 weeks and 1 day today. So 9 weeks, whatever. I have experienced morning sickness. I have experienced tenderness and soreness. I've experienced just a lot of nausea, intense cravings, like fruit. I have craved tremendously. Like, it's like fruit has been at the top of my list. Like, I like fruit in general, but the craving for it is like out of this world. So that's what we're doing. We're just gonna be picking some grapes off the vine, put them in here, and then wash them, and then go to the room and eat them. But I just wanted to make this video because I haven't been here in a long time. I couldn't even tell you the last video that I uploaded, unfortunately. Actually, I could. It was my Vegas story time, which, yeah, 2023. I was gonna do a whole 2023 wrapped up. I was gonna do a New Year's story from the previous New Year's, and I just never got around to it, unfortunately. I allowed laziness to take over, work to take over, my party life to take over. So, and also, as you can tell, my background is different. I don't live at home now. Pregnancy story. So it was Friday, January 6th, I think. Friday, January 6th. That whole week prior, I was feeling like different. Like, these were really sore, more than usual. My body just felt intense period symptoms. So in my mind, I'm like, this is just going to be an intense period. Like, I'm preparing for the heaviest flow, the ugliest cramps. But like, my period just wasn't coming. So that Friday, I texted my cousin's girlfriend. I was like, hey, do you think I could come by and take a couple tests? Because she like happened to just have like 100 test strips from Amazon. I'll insert a picture of mine. She was like, yeah, go ahead. So my cousin was there with his homie. They were playing video games. I go in, I pee in a cup, and I got 3 strips because I was like, I don't know the odds of like which one's gonna be a good test or a bad test, like I just wanted to do 3. I'm sure 2 out of 3 would be correct. So I did 3, and immediately all 3 of them came out two dark lines. And girl, when I tell you, because like I had the strips in the pee, and I'm pulling up my pants, as I'm pulling my pants up, I'm like looking because I'm feeling anxious, and I see it come out positive. I said, I'm like reaching for the toilet to flush. I'm like, no. And I'm flushing, and I'm like, no, are you kidding me? There's no way I'm reading this. Like, these have to be false. Like, there's no effing way I'm reading this right now. So I open the door and I look at my cousin. I'm like, someone needs to talk to me. Like, I don't even remember what I said, but I was just freaking out. I was like, I couldn't breathe. My thighs, like my legs started to shake. I was like intense anxiety. Like, it was just so crazy. And so my baby daddy, my boyfriend, I don't like that phrase, baby daddy. Ew, not ghetto. My man, we weren't together at the time. I had seen him around Thanksgiving in November. We talked for like a week again. We've always been on and off since I was 19. For reference, I'll be 24 in March. So we've been on and off for quite some time now. I'm very familiar with him. I lived with him at one point when I was 19 and 20. He was the first person I ever moved out with. So point is, I'm very comfortable. He knows my family. He knows, he's my first serious boyfriend, like my real ever boyfriend as an adult. So anyways, I saw the test strips and immediately I unblocked him and I called him. And I was just hysterical. I was like, these came out positive. Like, I don't know what to do. And he was like, well, you're going to move in with me and we're going to work it out. Like, I love you. We're going to work it out. Everything's going to be fine. And I was like, okay. There was a little bit of like confusion about certain things. I'm not going to air that out just out of respect for my man. So things were just a little up in the air and just questionable on my end. And so anyways, I call him, I tell him, and then I had to go home that night because usually I get my dad dinner. He doesn't like to cook, so I go pick up fast food for him. And sometimes my dad will buy, sometimes I'll buy. Like, if I have it, I'll pay for it for him. Like, no problem. I don't even, like, really tell him. I just do it. But because of Christmas, my car was breaking down. I wasn't working, like, 2 weeks out of December because my boss just allowed me to be off because her family was in town, so she didn't need my help. So I was just, and I had paid our city bill. So I was just broke, plain and simple. Anyways, when I'm leaving my cousin's house, after I took my test, I get in my car and I call my grandma. I told her over the phone, and then I told her I had to go get my dad dinner, and that was pretty much that. I go home, and I walk through the door, and my dad's like, you're going to stay the weekend at your grandma's. And I was like, okay, but like, why? And like, I was like, why? Like, I really thought my grandma told him right after I got off the phone, because I was just like, how are you, like, it was too coincidental. So I was like, why? And he's like, well, you were just on the phone with her. She needs help with her back. Your sister's not going to be there. Like, you need to go stay the weekend with her so she can have help. And I was like, oh, like, that's no problem. He's like, I know you want to go party, but you're just going to have to suck it up. Mind you, I know now that I'm pregnant, my party plans for the weekend were canceled immediately. Like, and I was okay with that. I wasn't like, I was just kind of like, my normal routine is going out every weekend. So to not do that was just like, it was just crazy. So then I'm like, whatever, that's fine. And then he's like, you're also going to buy me dinner. And I was like, I have a gift card to McDonald's. That's what I have. That's what you're going to get. He was like, no, I don't want that. And I'm like, I have, in my head, I'm like, bro, I have $37 to my name right now until, this is the 6th. We're talking until the 17th. That's a long time to only have $37, okay? So I was just like, he's like, how do you not have money? How do you not have money? I don't get it. You don't pay the bills here, which I pay $200, which is $100 a month at city bill. I pay that. I asked to take that on. He didn't tell me to. I asked to. And it was for this exact reason. So he wasn't pressing me about money. So then he's asking me like, what are you spending your money on? How are you so broke? He's like, what did you spend on Christmas? And I was like, all together, because I have a lot of family. I have my whole mom's side. I have my whole dad's side. I have my dad, my sister, my friends. I was like, honestly, all I could spend was $300. And he's like, you're a dummy. Well, he's telling me a lot of other bad things, but he's like, you're dumb for spending that much. Like, you don't need to, like, I don't buy anybody Christmas gifts. And I was like, Dad, the one gift that I got you was $140. You were the most expensive person on my list. And mind you, when I gave him his gift, did I hear a thank you in that moment? No, I didn't. I didn't hear a thank you, which is whatever. He's an ungrateful asshole, but that's something he's going to have to deal with. Anyways, when I said I had paid $140 for his gift and that he was the most expensive person on my Christmas list, he says, well, take it back. I don't want it. Take it back. Like, bro, bro, you have got to be the most ungrateful person I have ever met in my life. Like, I've been called ungrateful in my life plenty of times. And I could say there's moments where I could have been more grateful for something. But to say that, please, you're a piece of shit. Like, ew, I still don't talk to my dad. My dad doesn't know that I'm pregnant still, but we're going to get into that. Let me wash these grapes because I'm trying to eat them.